has had 6 steals in their semifinal win over the Clemson Tigers and was all over the place last night.
Proctor can't hit it, but the slam down by Malawak.
Great play defensively by Proctor. That's an old vet move, OB.
James negotiating his way. Proctor will try a long one. Can't get that. This has been a major problem for Duke in the tournament. In this tournament. Here's Foster. Took a peek at the shot clock as he goes between the legs and kicks it. And here's Proctor and swishes into triple.
They're making threes tonight.
Watch, turns his head, gets the easy layup.
The lost art in basketball, movement without the basketball. Everyone wants to put it on the floor, beat guys one-on-one.
Proctor heating up. I mean, he was in no man. Big shot in the face in February at a game and lost some teeth and a facial fracture too. Here's Proctor to launch again. He's feeling it.
Hadley up next. And I think Duke, in a way, is going to benefit in this. Got guys getting really important minutes to look at Cooper back.
Proctor too long. And a foul to go the opposite of the ball. Evans got a good look. Malawak had it knocked out of his hands, but chased down by Foster. Proctor's open. He won't wait. Down it goes.
He feels it tonight, baby. Get me.
He's being mindful of where he is in this game as far as foul trouble.
Yeah, Angel, when you consider this is the first time the Blue Devils have played a ranked team, as Proctor knocks down his 4th 3 of the game.
But love the potential of Gonga, Corey.
And he came in this year, Dickie V, he was injured, missed his entire senior year of high school as Proctor lines up another 3, unable to get it to go.
Firing close. Knipple comes away with a loose ball. And now it's Duke with the big mo.
James with 12 points in this half.
And another triple by Proctor.
And that's what's been up to go.
Tell you one thing, they play defense. They really get after it defensively. You always got a chance to win when you defend.
Proctor again. Around and out this time. Bounce inside by Chucky Hepburn for 2. He has 11.
Nice drive by Hepburn. They're not going to go away. There's no quitting there.
Proctor left open again, and he can't miss all of a sudden.
He's out. Florida and the University of Houston. Those 5 are my group to win it.
By the way, they did wave off the bat.
You got 5 choices. You got 5 champions. I got 1. You got 5.
Well, you go out on the list.
He deserves, I'll tell you, some votes because he was 14-9 for 2 games. Bottom line is, though, you got to think about the 28 that Knipple had when they needed him against Georgia Tech. Came back with 7.
James Proctor, Knipple, who was marvelous yesterday. Evans and Malawak. Knipple coming off 28. Proctor, a little hesitation, and it drops down.
Ben Allen Lubin with the stuff.
Quick lift for Proctor, no too strong. Withers, the Charlotte native.
Ben Allen Lubin, the 2nd time they've done it so far in this game.
Knipple off the Malawak string, gets doubled up. Almost lost it. Proctor to fire. Around and out. Got a great look. North Carolina to run.
Challenge R.J. Davis at the rim.
Gungba downstairs. Beautifully run and laid in by Proctor.
Great cut, great pass. You see Gungba with the scenario. Once they've lost in the conference tournament, they immediately drop. Oftentimes from the last 4 in to the first 4 out.
Proctor way downtown, but no. He was very chilly yesterday. That's a season low for them. It was a very gritty win. Proctor again, spinning and kicking.
Another offensive rebound by Malawak.
Here for Knipple. 5 seconds before the break. Proctor around the back. Off the fake, fires. Around and out. But Duke closing the first. There's a lot of North Carolina fans in a bit of a state of shock. Proctor airborne. Can't knock it down. Davis went for the rebound, and North Carolina controls.
Team seed that they're going to face in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I would absolutely look at not playing those guys until then.
Proctor well short. Malawak collects. Gungba handing off here for Proctor. Proctor drives, using the glass, a sweet shot.
And Elliot Cadeau.
Proctor with it. Malawak rolling again. A pull-up pop, and it'll roll in. Nice touch by Proctor. For flag floating into the corner. Over the top, and Malawacz could not get the dunk to go. Back outside for Proctor, straight on, and he can't hit it. Malawacz tried to keep it alive with a tip, but
on the underneath out of bounds play.
Proctor off a terrific fake. Flag around the back. Proctor lifts, and too strong.
But look at Kai Knipple coming in from
way downtown. George with a miss. Duke owns the second highest net in Ken Palm history as Proctor will lay that.
Lucas on the side, no Jay Lucas on the sideline. It's a different addition for this group.
That's a voice some of these guys are used to hearing in that huddle. Proctor too long.
Specifically that guy.
Seeing from the previous day for Georgia Tech where they put up monstrous numbers together.
It really has been, Angel, and you also consider what they've done defensively. Still, Duke unable to get a three down, and even with Malik Brown in-out run offense, force Georgia Tech to have to guard you longer on the possession.
Proctor, nifty dribble, can't stick it. Back up again, no. The follow is up and in by Malawacz.
As to where he's going to get scoring against this Duke Blue Devil team.
And a pick by Proctor. And we'll slam it down. And Duke continues to roll 38 and pass. Proctor went for the save. What a save at midcourt.
This really is a moment for Tyrese Proctor to step up, and he has absolutely done so for the Blue Devils here to start this second half into their last 13 games.
Malawacz off for Proctor. Proctor jumping in the paint. The tip really well done by Sion James. And very minutes to go. Quite a comeback for Duke today. We haven't said that many times this year. Proctor on the drive. He goes down looking for a foul. No whistle.
First and only year here at Carolina. His fourth school was with Georgia Tech last year. He'll get the start and be in there for a couple of minutes. What a block by Elliott Cadeau, denying Tyrese Evans and using the basket to shield the shot block. And the way he's shooting it now, too. What a dangerous scorer he is in so many different ways as Proctor quiets the crowd by knocking down that down. That's big time. Proctor, no. Tip, yes for Malawacz. Malawacz, that his first game back against Wake Forest, he had 12 and looked pretty good. Just had to knock the rust off. Pulls up for the jumper and hits. It has been scored a 2 on the floor right now. James using the screen, kicks it to Proctor. Good recovery by Ian Jackson, but he can't give up middle. And Proctor lays it in. When you close out, when Duke going side to side, the ball movement's excellent. Good hands by Powell. Proctor still got it. Couldn't hit it, and it's Carolina ball. Secure that rebound. The ball screened by Malawacz to free up Proctor. The long rebound to Trimble. And that was a wide open switch and then go after him. Nearly a turnover on the first possession. Proctor, boy, used that left arm to shield off Powell and knock down the shot. And Powell still effectively in the last month out of that short roll, going right into the chest of Cooper Flagg on the vertical contest. Proctor at the other end. And Proctor is such a good cutter. Second half, Duke's switching and their size have been really difficult. And the size a factor there, and then a run out and a chance for three for Tyrese Proctor.
But no, rebound knocked right out of the hands of Efton Reed. Proctor with a pull-up. Crowd would have loved that.
They really would. I'm not sure John Shire loved it top, but look how quickly the Blue Devils get back down floor.
Flag for an answer, but no. Malawacz up and over everybody. Proctor's open. And a lot of iron, but down the way. Allison Flagg, good matchup tonight. And Flagg wins that.
Uh-oh, this going,
Got a 2-on-1. Proctor will lay in.
2-on-1, give it.
Into the Koopa loop. Off the window, Hillwood can't finish it.
Trademark OB.
Here's Proctor on a run out. Proctor made that one. Far tougher this time. That was Pinnable to the paint. Proctor's open. Knipple kept out a lot.
Teams in the ACC to be able to hold that tournament crown.
Proctor off the inbounds. Can't sink it. Knipple going for the loose ball. Corrals that. Reed open. In and out this time, although he's had a good night shooting it. Proctor's not going to wait. He'll drive right past everybody. He has 8 points tonight.
Who happens to be celebrating his 27th birthday today, and one Jason Tatum.
Proctor for a triple. Rebound bounces around. Gillis controls it. Back for Proctor. Had a couple of really good looks.
Remember, Proctor first used to seeing Proctor knocked down.
Blocked by Flag. That triggers the break. Proctor one-on-one on Hildreth. And banks it in.
Senior day.
Proctor negotiates in, and a kiss off the window.
John Shire wanted the timeout afterwards.
Listening, you think he's paying attention to anything you're
I'm
saying?
a loud talker, man.
We could ask him right now. Proctor driving, and Proctor's layup is good. First bucket for the junior from Sydney, Australia.
That's a ship-level team. You don't want any distractions. You don't want it to be about anything other than this team and their potential right now. For Miami, that information coming out certainly helps. Right? It gets some hope. Do you understand that point?
I do understand
right?
that.
Like, when you're so good on the defensive end, you cover so much ground. It's hard. You have to go ahead and turn around and create your own rhythm offensively. Look, Syracuse, where were you when I needed you, Coach?
Oh, that would have been a great combination.
He never would have let me do it either.
Proctor, great bounce pass from Flag.
Oh, God.
And Flag follows after the rejection.
I mean, you can't. I mean, look, you're going to switch. You got to switch up into a shooter.
Here's Proctor all alone. Missed it. Another great look from three. Duke's now 8 for 30.
Beautiful play. Those are the ones you have to finish against this Duke team. You're not going to get a lot of those easy looks.
Proctor downtown. Off the heel. Long rebound. Knipple. New shot clock. In their 3 losses this season. Knipple. Top of the arc. Proctor. Dribble drive down the lane. On the skip. And rattled it in.
Better close out that time by the freshman Will Riley.
Back the other way. Illinois 0 for 8. Here's Cooper. Proctor again down the lane. Left hand floater, no. Malawat's there for the follow. 6'2", 25, graduate player. Left Purdue to come to Duke. He already had his MBA as well as his undergraduate degree. Is Tyrese Proctor. He's got an MBA. Would you say that?
They have about 4 pros on this Duke team already.
Proctor down the lane. They say he's a pro as well. Inside the rebound. Bumba can't get it to stop. It was you and Christian Laettner for Player of the Year awards. And at Ohio State, you can only get your jersey hung in the rafters if you're a Player of the Year, as Proctor hits a jump shot. And you kept Edicic off the boards. Flag to a cutting Proctor, skipping to the bucket, off the glass and in.
I mean, reading the defense, Proctor that time was able to.
Flores Johnson, another one of his starters. Edicic has just been through everything physically. Mono, ankle injury, stomach flu. Off the heel, rebounded by guess who? Sion James.
A little zone defense thrown at the line. Now Proctor in transition, not able to get it up.
And a foul. Now here's the story. Had it
Players. I have to make them comfortable with being who they are. You see Dede very comfortable being a scorer early.
Cross it over. Proctor with the left hand. What a beautiful move that is for 2. And quite. So no goaltend. Proctor with a step back into 3 and hits the shot.
And Tyrese Proctor stinks and is unable to finish. An opportunity right at the rim, and those are the ones you have to make against Duke because they turn them into points on the other end. Fortunately, Proctor wasn't able to get the bucket on that. So having to deal with this Duke team on both ends of the floor can take a toll on him.
Proctor mid-range and no.
In the first half, the Blue Devils right now with 39, still with 2.5 remaining.
Proctor on the drive. Off the 10.
Those are the ones you want back. The best team in the country, you can't continue to have useless turnovers as such.
Duke coming in number 3. Here's Proctor. Got it.
Look at that. Look what it turns into.
Under 4 to play here. Now only 5 opponents have scored 70 or more in this arena in the last 68 games. Pitt, Louisville.
Stanford finally led in transfer. First time since like 2000, I believe it was 8.
Proctor averaging over 16 points a game each of the last 4 games. Rebound.
I already know, not Cooper Flag. Where's Dickie V? That's all they want to know, OB.
Well, those guys do a heck of a job. What a nice coming out the ball.
And Proctor will lay it in.
Great play. Moving without you in Corey. I hope I don't spoil your party.
Well, he's number 2 in ACC games at 46.4%. And returning to favor quickly is Tyrese Proctor. Man, has he been locked in. Proctor with the airborne pass to James. Decides not to take a long one. Proctor, great head fake for a 3. And it won't drop for him.
Tell you what, I mentioned something. Jay and Tommy was always one of my favorite players here at Duke.
He's had a lot of good years, too, at Harvard. Proctor on the drive. Off the window. Banks it in. He just kept on churning.
He stopped.
Number 5 in scoring defense, exerting their will again defensively, holding opponents to about 60. Proctor on target from 3-point land. Lakes with a scoop shot, another tough shot. All of his have been difficult shots.
Yep.
Proctor keeps on trucking again for 2.
And that was an attempt to foul Proctor. They actually grabbed him.
They're the only guys to do that lead the conference. And Tyler, you talk about a favorite, him and Duncan.
Proctor
special.
Taking on Reynaud. The scoop, no. Reynaud defended that beautifully. Here's the heave with a shot clock winding. Years old.
Yep. I want to simply say, if you want to get chances on that car, make sure you go to v.org/VitalRaffle. v.org/Vital. Young guy with the Blair Academy in New Jersey. He's been playing so great. I don't think he's scored yet, has he?
Proctor off the spin, knocks it in.
And that's the reason why. Because when you come back,
shake his hand and wish him well and tell him he's very proud of him.
Well, he really loved him. He loved him when he recruited him.
Proctor again, working on a 17-point first half. For him and his return to Cameron Indoor.
But OB, look at the special attention being paid to Blake. If there's anyone, and again, these guys love him. Tyrese Proctor loves Jalen Blakes. People should be taking a lot of photos coming into this gala.
Come. We'll have over 50, 60 celebrities. Hey, we've raised so far $98.9 million, and we hope to go over $100 million.
4 and change. First is ACC members.
We see immediately Duke going to try to take advantage of the 6'6" point guard, Sion James, posting him against Black.
Proctor on the drive with the right hand. Malowacz the follow.
Sissoko goes for the block shot.
You haven't missed. Tyrese Proctor's knocked down a 3, and he's had a scoop 2. Or Malowacz has had a follow of a Proctor miss, and here's Tyrese for another one that rattled out. Flag the rebound for the Blue Devils. Punched away.
More difficult, that first game, the midweek Wednesday game, or the Saturday game once you've been here and got an opportunity to get acclimated?
You know, both of them are difficult. The first one, you're just getting here. The second one, you've been here too long almost. So it's
short, and James the rebound.
And when you come into Cameron Indoor, you get opportunities like that. You got to take advantage of them because Duke has tremendous spurt ability.
Stojakovic fights Malowacz for the rebound, and is that
going down to 3 is a bonus, but he's played much better basketball as of late.
Proctor again swatted out of there by Sissoko. That's going to get us to a run. Here's Malowacz. Tyrese tees up a deep 3. That's good.
We watched them go over that in their scouting.
Isaiah Evans on the perimeter. Here's Malowacz. Back for Proctor. That'll bound away, and Ola Joseph the rebound. Trying to kind of find those rotations, tune them up a little bit. Yeah, now that he's got everybody back.
Having Mason Gillis back absolutely helps you get Cooper Flag some rest.
Proctor couldn't get the roll. Proctor out front. Now he'll tee up a 3. Front rim miss. Blacksher on the run. Flag against Petritis. Tough matchup for Reedus.
Cannot help.
Proctor 3 from the front, coach.
Yeah,
Cannot help off him.
Looks on that, like that last possession. Those are the ones you have to capitalize on. And we saw Cal get a lot of those shots early in the game. And when you don't make them, coach, early, does that start to weigh you down from a confidence standpoint?
No question. You just hit.
But playing against Duke is one of the very few teams that will allow you to play one-on-one because they force you to have to make great individual plays to beat them.
Proctor
100%.
scores on the drive. He's now got 14.
That's that set
For it.
Yeah. They say that the person that misses the shot knows where it's going.
Yeah.
In my mind, I never missed one, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about that.
Oh, Proctor high off the glass over Sissoko.
What to do? I tell you what, my guy Will Black is absolutely made, and my man Bob Black has to be proud of his son.
Yep.
That is one of the greatest overstatements I've ever heard in my life. What is efficiency, but defensively they are so efficient.
Absolutely, Coach Vitale. And when you consider you want to be a championship team and win games like this in a hostile environment, your defense.
Seems like everybody for Duke is big. They're the tallest team in America.
They got Shefflin matching up right now on Cooper.
Proctor with a misfire. And a foul here against Duke.
He absolutely does, Coach. And when you consider you couple that shooting alongside a playmaker like Cooper Flagg, you've got a dynamic duo of diaper dandies on the outside.
Well, let me tell you this. And the team, he can get, to me, if he wanted to be selfish, he'd get 30 every night.
He absolutely would. And Dick Vitale, we talk about how cerebral Cooper Flagg is. He waited until we got on ESPN before he took a shot.
Way and scooped up by Proctor. That's going to be 5 early turnovers here for Clemson. And it's going to be an and one as Proctor continues to be very active. He's really been the go-to.
He had 7 rebounds the other night in limited time. Doesn't have a lot of minutes.
James with a kick out, another long one. Knocked down by Proctor, who has been outstanding in the first half.
Yeah, he's been all
tall by that point.
He became an absolute superstar PT player. He was tremendous.
Proctor
to the national title.
Knocks down another one.
He's having a heck of a day.
Yeah, 13.
They don't switch much with Patrick Gumba, but outside of that, they will switch with Malawach as well.
Mason Gillis out of the lineup today.
This guy's having a heck of a night.
Proctor again.
Oh, the veteran player
sling hot for Duke.
Cooper has been very passive in this first half. He's been very passive.
Proctor again. That one off the front iron.
Percentage.
That goes back to you being a math teacher back in the day when you took your first high school coaching job.
Yeah,
you were coaching the math class as well. Me and I watched the 30 for 30.
Great fake. Oh, which by the way, I loved. And a 3-point game.
Nice play.
And the stuff by Proctor.
How about the execution by the Blue Devils? Every time.
This is the first time this game has been tied. 5 to get off a shot. Short with that. Rebound tip controlled by Shefflin. His first half. Shot clock a factor. Down to 4. He'll heave it. And he hits it. Wow.
He's been the guy.
Flagg, another hook off the window. No whistle. Malawach keeps it alive. Proctor, an open look. Flagg flies in and takes a knock there.
Stands, you think the stands are going to empty out? We will get hurt, will we? We will hurt.
Proctor on the drive, went for the scoop, and it is deflected away by Hunter.
Oh, baby.
What a play.
Knocked away by Jair Davis. The senior out of Delaware starts on Flagg. Proctor a deep one. And too strong as Davis elevates over the top. Equal transition team. Malawach is covered up. It's Proctor into the teeth of Taylor. Very difficult shot forced by Lucas Taylor. Or even better team is in terms of sharing the ball. They'll share it again. Evans with a shot fake. Back for Proctor. A 3. It's good. Evans hit the last 3 and sets up Proctor.
Wake is there too.
Wake gave Duke a good fight week and a half ago. Ultimately fell at home. Proctor for 3.
Like we talked about, if you keep going under those screens, I know Syracuse
overall. Proctor from Flagg. Shot ready. Brown swats it out. Flagg is ready.
Shots. Made a ton last year, and I think as Duke gets later into the season, they're going to have to find ways to get Caleb Foster going.
Proctor no good for three.
They're getting the 50-50 balls, and they're defensively rebounding.
Flag replaces Knipple. Proctor. And Lampton's going to be called for a foul. Have used their first half timeout. Proctor. Malowaj screens for a Proctor three.
Like I said, Lamb kick.
You like the idea there?
Well, drag that screen out. Force that defender to come with you.
Proctor elevates and scores it over the top of the freshman Moore.
But he got away with an offensive state plays offense.
James knocked away. Proctor hoists and misses a three. Rebound for Brown. You like the pieces Miami gets back? And
Sports Center top 10 dunk. What a play.
I know we talk about Cooper Flagg a lot, and maybe if you don't like Duke, it's Proctor, it's a three, you're sick of it. Here's the thing, we
got box scores that get sent our way every break. I am blown away, absolutely blown away, that Syracuse has not made a free throw.
Acabó. Buen movimiento, se queda corto. Ahora Knipple en la transición ofensiva. El disparo de 3 puntos. No llega Maluak con el tip. Para él.
Todavía no puede hacer colapsar ese defensa de Duke.
Otra vez le mandan el doble equipo a Flagg, pero detecta bien que en la otra esquina está Tyrese Proctor. Y llega para meter el triple.
Cuenta rápido que viene ese doble equipo, para entonces poner a rotar a la defensiva con los pases.
Segundo robo para Cooper Flagg. La asistencia otra vez.
North Carolina en esta temporada.
El corte a la canasta de Tyrese Proctor, el jugador australiano. Tinto. Poniendo el balón en el piso Cooper Flagg. Hay un hombre libre en la esquina. Proctor ataca, flotadora, el rebote y la defensa.
Básquetbol.
Bueno, vaya que lo aprovechó al 100% este muchacho. Tyrese Proctor. Desde la punta de la llave. Defensa de Lubin. Cerrándole la puerta en la cara. Proctor, otra tapa de Lubin. Rescatan el balón. Buena secuencia. Zion James, Flagg está solo del otro lado. Ya le llega el balón. Parecía caminar. Proctor, la plegaria casi llega. Flagg para Knipple, guió con el short hasta arriba. El giro. Proctor. Falla. Rebote para Washington. Zion James. Proctor en la individual. Quieren sangre. Quieren sangre. Tyrese Proctor.
Skills that he possesses at the tender age of 18. Proctor with the drive. Airborne. Tough shot. Spun it up there. No. And numbers now for NC State.
Of the Blue Devils. Another steal.
Proctor out in front. Proctor lays it up. He can't finish it. Knipple came in strong and back out. Here's Flagg. Knipple off the great head fake. Proctor is open. Too strong. Knipple knocked it away.
Montrezl Styles is winning that back.
Came in shooting only 30% from three-point land. He hit the first triple. He was off to the races. Proctor, heavy traffic, can't convert. Bodies hitting it.
We talked about Obi. He can be more aggressive. 9 points, 4 from the field.
Guy who came in averaging just 7. Proctor on the drive, lays it in. Nobody stopped him. Tyrese Proctor, the 6th test.
They haven't had many early.
Entry here for Flagg. The kick for Proctor. In and out. Rebounded to James on the tip.
Vanderbilt only 5. Man, that's a big number, Ravi, to overcome. Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that.
And he stormed the court. Shot clock down to 5. Knocked away. Proctor up against Salas one-on-one. Went for the bank and came up empty. Loose ball back to Proctor. Under 12 here in the first half. Very low-scoring first half to this point. Proctor with some contact, popped it up there, and a lot of iron, but it dropped anyway.
It's going to be a contest physically to get out of here tonight. Officially counts as tonight, right?
Getting there, Proctor will lay that one off the iron. Rebound tapped out high.
Rhythm three.
Johnson knocked away. Youngpa with the deflection. Flag getting it downstairs on the break. Then he crashes the glass. It comes free, and it's off of Wake Forest.
I feel like I don't say it enough. I mean, he creates a rhythm off the bounce, and then he looks for that next shot. Shoots it with confidence.
That was their first made three. Proctor with an answer on the other end. He tried anyway, but came up empty. Proctor making a move inside. No one picked him up or shut him down. He gets his own miss. That one batted the Chili since the break. Proctor. Here's Foster trying to end that, and he can't. Rebound came right back at him. Straight on. That won't drop.
He shot with confidence, and it went in.
It's a 12-1 run here for Wake. Proctor, good look. No. The misses keep on coming. And a foul. You realize it's a home game, but Duke's a big favorite. Proctor with a triple coming. Boy, got a great look, but can't connect.
He did, but wait.
Will he heat up in his last 8 minutes? Looking for help, gives up the dribble. Proctor's open again. In and out this time. Youngpa in some trouble. Did get it free. Proctor nearly gave it up. Now he'll fire it. Got it from three-point land.
That's a killer.
High out of the sky, and Duke with a great collective effort defensively.
Yeah, Malawat's doing the job, running the floor, taking away that opportunity.
Proctor got a look and drains a triple.
I'm not sure you can celebrate. Get to work against the Blue Devils.
Flag trying to make a move, has it knocked away. Up top, long range, Proctor got a good look. Rebound pops to BC. Well, Earl Grant has done some damage in the ACC tournament, twice surprising the field by playing into the quarterfinal round. Oh, pull-up pop and knocked down. Sweet touch by Proctor.
And you see,
skip, but this one knocked away by Duke. Evans will launch in transition, though. James grabs the rebound. Proctor, yes, nothing but net from three-point territory.
Always the best time to shoot the three.
Duke trying to grab the lead here. Proctor at the head of the key. And that'll drop, and another sweet touch by Proctor.
Obi, this
here's flag out at the logo. Flag gives up the dribble. Proctor around and out. Got an excellent shot for
when they were the #1 team in the country.
Knipple gives it up for Proctor on the drive, trying to slither inside for two, and a quick strike for Duke to open up the second half.
And Tyrese Proctor's been a difference maker. He's also hit him, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter, of course, Mil Jefferson on the staff of the Boston Celtics. So a lot of Blue Devil love in the house last night.
Proctor lifting, good clean look, can't connect. Last field goal, Duke defense clamping down.
You get to 8-0 here this evening.
Off the inbound, banked in by Proctor, and a whistle too. His teammates caught fire, and they now have a sizable lead. Proctor pulls up and pops, can't nail it. Knipple working hard. Here's Flag with shot clock to 5. Proctor around the back will launch it and nail the triple.
Big time performance from Tyrese Proctor.
Well, John Shire is going to use the opportunity to get some guys into the game who don't play a lot. Proctor denied, and a good block by Venning.
Parte de Cooper Flag, que eventualmente derivó en esa volteada sensacional cortesía de Kamael Malawak del equipo de los Blue Devils con mucho espacio. Buscando el disparo de larga distancia.
Dentro de la conferencia 0-5, pero jugándole al tú por tú al número 3 de la nación. Tú mencionabas a Link Kidd, el trabajo que está haciendo hasta este momento en el partido. Él es el tercer mejor. Tyrese Proctor, con esto que acabamos de presenciar de Cooper Flag, es el ceste de 3, número 21 de 59 intentos.
Termina la primera parte, ayudó la ecuación, Alex. O sea, fue desayuno para el perímetro de Duke.
Sí, hay buena pantalla trabajando con Link Kid, que es el que permite abrir el carril para lograr esos primeros puntos en este.
5 wingspan, 9'8" standing reach. Knipple back to Flagg, who's been shooting the three better of late. Proctor's been shooting it well all season long, and it's 5-0 Duke.
Walling up and vertical contesting.
Boy, another great look. Flagg will miss this one. Look at the offensive rebound by Knipple. Proctor misses a three, and Notre Dame down with it. Tay Davis. Duke 10 assists on 11 of 8 field goals. Around and out. What a rebound by Malowacz, but he couldn't lay it back.
We got Shrewsbury switched off onto Flagg.
And now Shrewsbury switched on to Proctor. The turnaround. And down with the rebound, Burton.
Might have been better to go to Flagg there. He had the feeling that Duke should be up by even more. So give Notre Dame credit for knocking those shots down and staying within striking distance.
A block. And some time. Shrew will, and I think Sir Mohammed has certainly given him some things to think about here this afternoon.
Yeah, some of their freshmen, Mohammed among them, need to give consistent productivity going forward where Notre Dame can get a reliable.
Once again, Duke collapsing in that paint. On the wing, Proctor got it. From 3-point line. Gillis on the wing. Up top for Proctor. Round the back, nifty move, slicing inside. Can't convert. Rebound pops to the corner for the Pitt Panthers.
We talked to Gores with that bunch. You talking about parents combining for $4 grand? That's a lot of points.
1,000 points between the two of them. Proctor drives and swatted away. Jorge Diaz-Graham with the block.
Don't let him off the hook, fading away from the rim.
Knipple cross court. Got a wide open shooter, but can't drain it. And a whistle and a foul. Tyrese Proctor. He can hit a triple. Left alone. He's going to be in the paint to shoot it. And it's in and out. And a foul on the floor.
And they use that size, that length to deter opportunities to get deflections and to get the job done on the defensive end of the floor.
Proctor got it from three-point land.
They have been able to be successful all season long. Duke has done a great job of keeping them out of the painted area and not allowing them to be successful.
Drive and up and in as Proctor swoops in.
And Cooper took over here in the second half.
Going around the back, draws three. Here's Proctor open. He knocks in a three-pointer.
Now Proctor got hit. It's going to be interesting to see.
But he is a good player. Proctor to the rack and lays it in.
And that's one of the things that Proctor does a wonderful job of being able to pro. And again, you have to, you see the last play by Traore, out of bounds. You have to be able to close out those possessions.
And in the corner. He's been one of their best players.
You saw the last 3 games averaging over 18 points a game. They're going to need him. You see penetration to kick out over to Proctor again and knock down that 3.
Boy, has he been hot in this. Proctor again. Igutolu with. In and out. Duke right now where they're playing 9 guys. We'll see if that changes as the year goes on. Be hard to believe it would. And a follow underneath. It's a senior out of Beverly, Massachusetts. Lead is 12. James right back into the corner. And no good, but a long rebound to Flagg. And here's James. He's not going to take and put in James for Foster. Here's Flagg back in the game. Proctor.
Oh, man. That's tough. Break the paint by Cooper Flagg. Run the show, but take advantage of hitting the paint and then finishing at the rim.
Foster, a top 3 player coming out of the state of California, and wound up working himself into the lineup last year. That's 7 feet 5 inches on that wingspan. And his reach up ability is 9'8". He can almost dunk flat-footed. Proctor a three.
And Poteet knocked down the free throws, and you're all caught up just like that. Proctor on the drive, and too strong. Last ups by Malowacz.
Virginia Tech is
double team there. Flag, nice quick look. Threw it off the glass, trying to get it to Malowacz. James the deflection. Proctor tees up a three. Malowacz kept it alive briefly.
Per game. And so if you're a team that sort of controls the tempo and shoots threes, you can't be giving the ball away.
Look at Knipple, kick to the corner. Proctor missed the three. Shoot the rebound for the Hokies.
To apply a little bit of pressure.
They've got Brown, Burnham, Hammond, Jaden Young, and Wessler on the floor. And there's a three that rimmed away for Tyrese Proctor. 5 to shoot. Proctor dancing, gets all the way to the basket. Wow. Tried to go to flag. Knipple recovered his own throwaway. James. Proctor a three. James the rebound, and Knipple on the drive. Fell off the rim. Proctor back down the lane for the hammer. Woo! No look inside for Brown. Skip out. Evans is returned. He'll skip for Proctor's three.
Hardest to beat.
Yeah, of course, the Panthers and Blue Devils. Here's Flag after the turnover. He'll leave it. Proctor will finish.
Not there as an answer, and James with a rebound. Cooper Flag 0 for 2 start with a made free throw, and Tyrese Proctor will score it plus a foul to take
last year in steals as a center.
And he just got another one.
Another one.
They do keep stats and deflections at Duke. They tell us he has 69 in 10 games. What a tough finish that is. Tyrese Proctor will be short.
You know, last year he was a physical presence inside, and this year it looks like he's trying to play on the perimeter.
Proctor got free from the Malowacz screen, missed badly. He assists to go with his 12 points.
Well, this is the best that I've seen from him this year. I mean, he's been really good.
Proctor has an open look. And Proctor hits it. Long skip pass from Sion James.
Go to the 9th guy. But it's hard to... You need to have a definition of who's playing and who's not.
Proctor. Is it hard? Flag and Malowacz have 2 of the 5 youngest players in D1.
Yeah. Well, Cooper Flag's different. You don't even talk about him in comparison to other players. But Malik Brown's a junior. Foster's there's no right way. You just can't do it.
3 on Mustaf, 6.5 on Tech. Tough finish by Proctor. He's got 10. 4 out of Duke's.
Just 10 on the timer. And picked off by Sion James. To a trailing Proctor. Bang from downtown. Duke among the best 2 defensive teams in the country, according to Ken Pom, on any given week, as Proctor is long, and the rebound hauled in by Darius Maddox. Proctor curling, blows by and lays it in.
That was just great movement of the ball, move time tonight. It looked like he's been off balance many times. That's a rebound that he needs to get.
Corrals that rebound. Now George.
Better you score more points when you run better offense, and you run better offense, you get easier shots.
Proctor sent away by Jalen Haynes. Now the big fellow running the floor. Transfer with the basketball. Flag extra pass. Proctor puts in a 3. Timeout. Oh, that's a really strong take by Haynes. Slaps the floor on his way back. Proctor. Malowacz fighting for the offensive board. Malowacz tipping it into the hands.
Yeah, the slow starts have been a bit of an issue at times this year for a variety of different reasons. Proctor, no. Flag. fresh 20, go from trouble outside to Proctor. Gets outside to Flag. He'll get it back. Proctor left wide open. I watched. An awkward runner nearly went off the glass for Anderson. Here's Proctor. Kind of a delayed Euro. Contact, no whistle, and finally out of bounds. Conference victory of the season in the Southland. Pike got a bit too fancy, turns it over. Here's Proctor, wants the three. Flag trying to tap it to himself.
It's a good coaching move by Coach Shire.
He was great with us today. It's the first time I've talked with him pregame in an environment like this. Proctor right down Main Street, 24-4. Sion James wide open. Pops out to Proctor and another three. Well, the lid remains on this side of the floor.
They've been. Remember, Louisville's only won 12 games the last 2 years. I had them in the Bahamas. I thought they were outstanding. But losing Cason Pryor is a big loss.
I saw a couple of videos that went viral from.
If you're thinking about comparisons, I kind of compare them to Kentucky, the Anthony Davis team, where they were incredibly young and talented, but they were unselfish, and that's what made them so good.
Tyrese Proctor is having an
also has great hair.
maybe the best in college basketball. Here's Proctor. And Maluak with the rebound.
Not taking too many chances, being in position to rebound, making everything difficult, not impossible for Duke.
Proctor a three. Well contested. And Duke's scoring drought now nearing 3 minutes. Double-double in the win against Auburn. Quiet to start, just one shot. Proctor, fadeaway. That was silky. By the third year for the Duke Blue Devils. Won't go. Numbers for Duke if they want it. Hepburn behind the play.
Took out Pat Driscoll.
Deep three. And right back the other way. Line might have gotten it deflected by Isaiah Evans. Flag through contact. Sips it out to Proctor. And Hepburn just
Virginia doesn't foul.
Under 10 to shoot for Flag. Here's Proctor, tough fadeaway, rims in. And Proctor with 7 points. Proctor with a little Jordan shove. And doing it with 7 players in the rotation. Flag, a helter-skelter shot. Got his own miss. Under 10 to shoot. And the rebound, James Scott.
Tack off the bounce.
Flag, catch and shoot. Long. Rebound, Foster. Reload for Proctor. And now Edwards.
Some offense here.
With the basketball. 5 to shoot. Proctor gets around Smith. And a nifty finish.
You know, he's got that in.
12 minutes to play. Louisville maintaining a lead. Proctor right to the rim.
Yeah, I love that they recognize Proctor.
Proctor, oh, tough shot, rims down. Largest lead of the night for the Blue Devils.
Driving on Cardwell. Needs some help. Tyrese Proctor misses the three, and Cardwell just does
the ball in and score. It's just it's difficult enough just to get it in.
Bruce Pearl is known as maybe the best in America. Bill Self gets a lot of acclaim here too on out-of-bounds plays, both offensive and defensive, right?
Yeah.
Seems kind of contradictory, doesn't it? Yeah. So Duke was down 16-3 to Kansas early. Came back, eventually tied it, but lost by 3 in Vegas.
Games. You mentioned the 21 points he put on Houston, and Bruce Pearl said he won us the Houston game.
Proctor follows it and is fouled.
Well, Auburn needs to clean up some of these switches. Cooper Flag is wide open.
Tyrese Proctor's wide open. Can't hit the three, and a good box out there by the some foul trouble for Auburn. 3 guys with 2 fouls here in the first half. A turnover. The first of the game by the Tigers, and the flush for Proctor. Flag. Proctor. Good fake. The three. Yes. Remember, he is playing with 4 fouls. Proctor open for just a moment. Missed the three. And it's down to the top again with the shot clock running down. It'll be flagged. Blocked. Proctor got it off. And hits. Flag, come get a touch. Proctor behind the back. Turnaround. Got it.
Boy, what a season, Tyrese.
It's Goma, the 6'8" sophomore from Seattle, with the opening bucket. Same starters for Duke, Foster and Proctor, the more experienced backcourt. The junior Proctor misses a three. Knipple, Flag, and Malowacz. Here's Proctor. 5 of Duke's first 6 attempts from 3. Flag, terrific skip, and Proctor can't connect. You like the shots that Duke's getting? Guys, and the Blue Devils football team, Wake Forest 4-7. Duke could get to 9-3 with a victory tomorrow. Proctor for 3.
61-62. He was an active duty Army reservist stationed at Fort Lewis, which is actually in the state of Washington. And he played for the Lakers on weekend passes.
Moncrief, Malowacz contests that shot. Moncrief's looking for a foul. He's all alone on the other end of the floor. Doesn't get back in the play, and it leads to an open three, which Proctor misses. Brown for Proctor. Brown kicks it. Evans missed it. Flag saved it. Deep one from Proctor is good. Unlimited. Shot clock did not reset. Knipple playing off with 2 feet. Foster, paint attack. Proctor, no. And 2 more missed threes. Malowacz, good distribution, but Goma couldn't finish. And here's Flag again. Great find in transition and a Proctor 3.
Especially, a Mason Gillis, a Caleb Cross, some of these guys who haven't shot well. And then you throw in Isaiah Evans back in the game, see what he gives you, and don't get anybody hurt.
Deep 3, Proctor. Offensive rebound, and the second of the shot clock as they move it around.
They space the floor, 5 out. They really don't throw it into the post very often.
A double Flag leaves a wide open shot from the 3, and it goes. Tyrese Proctor in the country. High screen, they will double out there. Flag kicks it. Proctor tries again, a little too strong that time. Penetrates, hangs, and that was good straight-up defense from Brown. Corner 3, Proctor, got it! 7-point.
This could be right up Duke's alley to cut this lead.
Proctor, 3 seconds, 2, launches, got it! And it is a 3-point. Wide open left for that 3, and it goes for Tyrese. Good kick and a good 3. Proctor buries it in front of the Duke bench.
That has been a high. Flag and Harris. Can they get it to him?
Proctor, too strong.
This is the veteran of the group, Tyrese Proctor. He's a junior. And he has shot the ball very well from 3 this year. Gets his own miss on the runner. Foster open again. Good show there by Krivas. Now Flag, still plenty of time.
And an excellent job by Jaden Bradley on the tag.
Proctor now shooting better than 50. John Shire's gone to his bench. Malik Brown, Sion James both into the game. Flag with a steal. Shovel past Proctor. His second 3 of the night.
What a big-time play by Cooper Flag. A top block, Con Knipple. So he can't come off that pin down.
A switch. And now Proctor gets free for a moment. He misses the 3 and the rebound for Krivas.
but played in their last game against Wofford. A huge win, a 51-point win for Duke. Proctor gets inside, and it won't go down. Flag comes up with it. Del Orso has it taken away by Proctor, and he'll go in for the slam.
Arizona has been a little bit.
Malowacz, the back screen on Love. James with a full head of steam into the paint. Shot clock running down, so Proctor had to put up a long three. And it appeared to be Arizona's on the glass coming into the game. Knipple the kick. Proctor, great shot fake. Misses the three, and it's Malowacz over the back.
After the ball, that means be strong with it and force them to foul.
Proctor misses the reverse.
A beautiful cut. He went for a pin down, but Duke able to get it out.
Knipple gets through a double team, shovel pass, extra pass. Proctor misses the three, but around the offensive rebound. Vegas, I would think, savoring this victory. Shot clock under 10. Proctor will put it up. And it's down to Lewis, just 20.
No, different one. Like the cool one.
Off the missed three, here's Duke. Proctor looking for Malowacz. Catch couldn't finish. A tip not there from Proctor in the lane. And Duke has missed it.
It's required to connect with players the way you have to connect with them today. You walk alongside players today a little bit more than you coached them before.
Here's a good look for Proctor. Set up by Malik Brown, who just came off the bench. 17-year-old, still won't turn 18 until next month. #1 player in the class. Here's a three for Proctor, his second. And Duke's first three baskets are all from out there. Because of the group of transfers.
It's the transfers you need. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you could go out and get some high-quality, high-dollar talent, but why when you already have it? That's the thing. Like, you need
field goal attempts, though, in the last 5 minutes, as James has another Duke takeaway. Setting up Proctor. And a rebound down to Wofford. Take me through those last 5 minutes from deep.
See, that's the thing. When you watch tape, those are things you really want to clean up. You got to say, look, we're getting what we want offensively. Great ball movement. This is beautiful basketball.
4 players touch the ball at about 2.5. They'll probably get some more good run in the second half for Duke as Flag begins the half feeding. Malowacz out to Proctor, creating space and missing a three. And then a travel.
Yes, economic impact.
For New Stadium. Here at Duke, it happened. It happened sort of organically, the way this program's grown. Proctor from Malowacz. Tyrese Proctor's got 15, and that's his 4th-3.
If he's your leading scorer, that almost points to a balance on the floor where everybody's involved, the floor is spaced really well, and he's getting good looks.
And right on cue, Proctor got a look from Flag, too deep on the three.
Drucar ya la pierde. Ahí Otega Owe, el originario de New Jersey. Y a la carga el equipo de Duke con esta colada. Tyrese Proctor.
Y sin posibilidad de reclutar a los mejores jugadores disponibles.
Sí, una pena, como sea. Benedict Mathurin, jugador NBA, pasó, por cierto, por la Academia de México. La pide Cooper Flag abajo, pero la defensa es buenísima. Impiden que el balón llegue al hombre más talentoso. Pero ahora llega este disparo de Tyrese.
Es básicamente una puerta giratoria, ¿no? Entran y salen los mejores jugadores. Tienes muy poco tiempo para desarrollar talentos y tratar de utilizarlos durante pues menos de 12 meses. Porque
el tiro de media distancia, rebote en todo lo alto para Cooper Flag, que además sale botando el balón. Cede a su compañero Proctor. El rebote es larguísimo. Va con Knipple y cuidado que viene un choque. No fue preciso. Ahora Malowacz. Tyrese Proctor, hay espacio, lo toma y se trae el... Proctor se frena en seca. Malowacz con el rebote. Owe pierde una oportunidad de oro. Y ahora Proctor, que también se ha apagado un poco para Foster. El triple, Proctor. El balón no va. Haya ciega, pero no tiene explosividad ahí con Knipple. Ahora Proctor. Se acaba el reloj. Proctor entra y sale. Rebote para Cobb.
That contributes to that spacing.
There's the defensive presence as a help defender we have seen from Flag coming over to get the shot block. Malawach rips the offensive. Flag drive and dish. Proctor 0 for 2. Set to find A.J. Allensback, the senior from South Carolina, for the layup. Back to a 1-point game. Proctor 0 for 3 from that side. And Rucker, the senior out of the Gilman School in Baltimore, who was first-team All-Patriot League 2 years ago and is among the top 20 all-time leading scorers in Army basketball history. Tyrese take us back to break. We'll step away and be back to Cameron right after this. Much about everybody else's role this season. So Proctor's more off the ball. Here he is from 3 again. Will that be his primary contribution?
But there's got to be an element of his game where he is not attempting the spectacular. He's dependable.
Well, he shows you that stroke. Around and out on Rucker. Proctor trying to extend his own personal 9-0 run. Proctor puts it on the deck. Outlet pass knocked away by.
He is delightful to talk to. Just an engaging guy.
Proctor again. Left that one short. Remaining in regulation. Proctor has a step. Strong finish. He's having himself a big second half. Proctor being much more proactive here in the second half. Couldn't get the shot to go. Proctor creates some space. Malawach, the offensive rebound. See ya. To Nipple. Malawach. Proctor. Got it!
And a nice job sharing the basketball to find a quality shot.
Burns leads Maine with 9. Proctor no. Malawach had a hand on it.
With that backflow coming from behind and a good extra pass to get an open shot.
Proctor, nothing but net. The junior from Sydney, Australia, now with 6 points. Pulls up, no. Brown, back out to Flag. Thought about it. Foster to Proctor, spotting out. Well, you said that's the best part of his game, and now he's going to have a chance for 4. We've got all 3 of the transfers out on the floor right now for Duke. Brown kicks it out to James, to Gillis. Here's Proctor. And again, that trio of guys who
lead another Blue Devil team. I believe he's better than a second-round prospect. And if that's what it's going to be this year, he can change his fortune.
Knipple got a really good look around and out. 10-point game. Hepburn trying to bring the Bill closer. Well, Shorty's had a very tough shooting night.
Yeah, I think he should penetrate more. He isn't trying to.
Powell trying to drive and kick. Jackson's outside to fire. And too strong. Knipple hitting the deck for the second time. Davis. He feeds Powell. And short with a long jumper. Proctor off to Gillis in transit. Tar Heels in need of a hot hand. Davis blocked by Malawach. And another foul with a minute. Close one by George and a misfire. Here's Flag. A 3 off the front iron. Duke with another offensive rebound. Flag again. 0 for 2.
Baseline ready.
Powell with a strong move, and it's Cooper Flag. to say not this time. Here's Evans to line one up. And finally,
offense forced Georgia Tech to have to guard you longer on the possession.
Proctor, nifty dribble, can't stick it. Back up again, no. The follow is up and in by Malawach. So we look forward to that one on ESPN as well. George with a pull-up, no, well short.
But look at what Duke's defense has done in the second half. They have bottled up.
Sudden Duke in front, 54-43, their biggest lead. Mustaf trying to answer, he can't. Proctor with the board. He's going to push it. Knipple lines one up.
Coming off a 12-assist effort at Virginia Tech during the week. Withers, who's also been shooting it very well lately for the Heels, misses the three. With that knee look, it's Carolina ball. Davis end to end. And the rebound down to Proctor. Now Duke looking to run. Knipple.
Line. Gilbreth on the drive. Salas trying the window, but no. Rebound knocked right out of the hands of Efton Reed. Proctor with a pull-up.
But I'm not sure that's the shot you're looking for when you haven't been able to scratch as of yet.
Makes 41%. Salas again on the run. Here's Proctor. And we'll pull it out. Hilbert came back. Johnson gets a look at it. Down to three. Here's the kick for Spillers and can't bury it. So the Blue Devils.
And those are shots that we've been used to seeing Proctor knock down.
Blocked by Flag. That triggers the break. Proctor one-on-one on Hildreth. And banks it in.
Here is Tyrese Proctor. Flag, Knipple. Same spot this time. Missed, and it's chased down by Duke and Proctor.
All right, let's not miss the fact that Cooper Flag recognized Knipple hit.
Flag up to 37% from three after struggling to start the year. Bethea misses a deep one, and here comes Proctor. Second best offense in the country.
On the move, to the bucket, pushes off, tries to deal it. Top of the arc, Ivisic. Tyrese Proctor with the rebound. He'll rake it and take it. Duke in flux. Ivisic. He slips, gets there. Nice deal off the glass. No. Trey White couldn't lay it down.
Beautiful play, though, at the point. And move Proctor off the ball.
And a steal. Knipple. Proctor trailing. Knipple uses that body. Can't get it to go. Proctor with a rebound. Now James driving, slashing off the windows.
Agarwal up top to Blakes. They'll swing it for Young, and Young can't cash in with a long one. Proctor to push the tempo. He's really been a hot hand.
Blakes does not have a big game here on the floor.
He's 0 for 4 today. He has been completely shut down, and now he's 0 for 5.
Really struggled for the kid. I really believe psychologically it's been tough on him.
Blakes pokes that one
back into a rhythm. Interesting to see how Mason Gillis in game one back from being ill will be able to respond here tonight.
Proctor and Duke now on the run. Kick out. Wilkinson lefty three. Too strong. They crash the glass. Stojakovic had it. It gets knocked around, and the final possession will belong to the Blue Devils.
You can call it a small thing, but no for the Blue Devils. But then once he turned 18, has been able to turn it up.
But try to miss on the three. Proctor the rebound. And then stolen Blacksher.
Oh, that's tough score. He's so unselfish. He's all about winning and the team. He can get, to me, if he wanted to be selfish, he'd get 30 every night.
He absolutely would. And Dick Vitale, we'd talk about how cerebral Cooper Flag is
in that situation. That's 5 more threes. That's 15 points.
Got a good look. That's his shot. Loose ball, and Duke gathering that, and they're going to take a timeout. Which
rolling inside from Taylor. Starling three. End of the shot clock. Rims out to Tyrese Proctor.
And those are the quality shots that Coach Autry was talking about.
Starling guarded by the much taller freshman Flag. Starling rejected by Flag on a three-point try.
By the way, I'm waiting for one Syracuse player to utilize a head fake and clock into the...
Ahora Knipple en la transición ofensiva. El disparo de 3 puntos. No llega. Malawach con el tip. Para el rebote largo, James para Cooper Flag. Aquesta ha sido muy equitativa, no cargada hacia lo que haga o deje de hacer Cooper Flag. todo un equipo. No pierde el ánimo. North Carolina. El disparo de Powell falla. Proctor con el rebote.
There, off the window, no. Middlebrooks kept it alive. They swing for Taylor. Taylor's jumper. And a rebound picked off by Tyrese Proctor. Proctor had a tough shooting day on set.
And Knippel, the last time on this floor, had a career-high 25 points against Miami, 6 of 8 from 3, so he's happy to be back in the comforts of Cameron.
Flag back for Proctor. Duke has put a chill on NC State shooting the ball. They're 0 for 8. Make it 0 for 9. Uh-oh. Proctor up over for flag, and no. Hill jumps into the paint. He can't connect. And saving it, Proctor on the baseline, and he'll draw the foul. The court, shot clock down to 5. Knocked away. Proctor up against Salas one-on-one. Went for the bank and came up empty. Loose ball back to Proctor. And the second effort now for Duke.
And really not lose a step. Good.
Just time for a tip here. Turn and shoot, and could not get that one to go, and picked off by Proctor. Gillis, did he get
a guy like Sion James in the corner?
Tyler Johnson from the elbow, no. Rebound batted around. Duke comes away. Johnson back for Salas. Johnson again, the open 3. Rebound right to Proctor. So Wake Forest. Proctor making a move inside. No one picked him up or shut him down. He gets his own miss. That one batted around, and it will be Wake Forest. Shot clock down to 7. Salas way downtown and missed badly. Now the shot clock coming into play. Down to 5. Johnson will launch it. That clangs away. Opening the door for the Blue Devils to retake the lead on this possession.
Proctor, one of the veterans, getting it done on this last possession.
On the watch high post, Proctor with a floating pass for the big guy who slams it down.
What potential. What a feud. I went to the final game. They got beat by the Huskies of Connecticut, who dominated everyone.
6th man of the year, the Big Ten. From the corner, James. Yes, sir.
He's so valuable. He's so...
bench. Here's Proctor. Keeps on dribbling, and a great job by Malowacz to roll off it.
And a smart play by Proctor.
Powell with a strong move, and it's Cooper Flag to say not this time. Here's Evans to line one up. And finally, Duke hits a triple.
And of course, with the Blue Devils right now, they're playing not only for themselves, but for Cooper and Malik as well.
You're playing for 2 and a very popular assistant coach as well. So there's a lot of guys who aren't here.
High opportunities at the rim.
14 for Duncan Powell, coming up 21 against Virginia yesterday. Inside, and a layup and in by Gungba.
And Gungba continues to give the boot.
Bryant take the hit, went for the lay-in. Malowacz still battling. Proctor off the fake. Knippel's the open shooter.
And we've seen this from the Blue Devils a number of times.
Is going to come out of this game.
I tell you what, I think it's time for Cooper to have a seat and get his ovation. The final ovation from this crowd as Knippel knocks down the 3 ball.
Has it back, defended by Flag, and Gungba intercepts the pass. Down the floor with Flag, a bobble, and then a finish.
Wow. The bot.
Tyrese Proctor with the rebound. He'll rake it and take it. Duke in flux. Knippel driving. Uses that body off the window. And in. Knippel. Proctor trailing. Knippel uses that body. Can't get it to go. Proctor with the rebound. Now James driving, slashing off the window. Softly at it. Sion. Extra pivot. Knippel with the rebound. New shot clock. Rising fire. James driving. Proctor wraps it around. And one for Malowacz.
Yeah, if you were 3 inches taller, you wouldn't be here right now because you would probably been an NBA All-Star weekend.
That's right. Flag on the attack, lays it in, not to be denied.
That left hand again. We've talked about that. Of course, you and I've had.
Knipple hit the deck there on the loose ball. Here's Proctor. Knipple gets back into the play and sinks it, a three-pointer.
And part of the problem when Knipple goes down in the
tennis family.
Yeah, but when you consider to be able to do that in front of all of your family being there with you, even more impressive that the Blue Devils were able to pull that off.
Swished in by Evans at 42% to
OB. We were in St. Louis for the first Jason Tatum Elite Camp, and I had Cooper Flagg, A.J. DeBonsta, Tyron Stokes, B.J. Edgecombe, Cam Scott. Rim and does a great job of using that wingspan and his big hands to avoid shot blockers going to that left hand and finishing off the glass.
He's coming up 27 against Cal, and he's on his way to another big one maybe today as he absolutely Flagg to try one, but too strong. Knipple with the rebound. Proctor back for Flagg, open again, and give him 3.
Don't give him 2 opportunities. Well, we're going to give her some PR because she deserves it.
Our camera guys are too good. Yeah, they're going to find you. Oh, the slam by Malowacz. And a foul, too. Give him 14 points. And a big rebound by James. And, of course, for the Cardinals, this is their 4th ACC road trip since January 1st, running up against Cooper Flagg.
Get easy baskets as such, Coach, for a scorer. Yep. You love to see your top guys getting out in the transition, right?
Yeah, that's the kind. And that play was there last time. They missed it.
Got to keep him in the game at all costs. Proctor jumping in the paint, back out for Knipple, and got it from three-point land.
He's been unbelievable. Came from Wisconsin.
By the way, I'm waiting for one Syracuse player to utilize a head fake and clock into the player because every Duke player has left their feet for every shot.
James for 3. It's good. A timeout needed by Adrian. Ian Jackson no puede encestar. Otro rebote de Flagg. Proctor pierde el bote. Flagg con el triple. Encesta Cooper Flagg. Y tiene que venir un... Con tiro ganador, por cierto. Robo de balón. No ve la suya. La Universidad de North Carolina. Flagg. ¡Foul y cuenta! ¡Qué manera de volver de la pausa! Y en mitad. Proctor. Buen pase. El extra. Para Malik Brown. Y el
guys oftentimes make shots against Duke that they don't make in a normal game because they come in. This is almost a Super Bowl for opposing teams.
Knipple fires long range and nothing but net from three-point land. Give him
and such, and making sure they don't take for granted this opportunity.
They look like they've been invited. They're having a great time. Cooper Flagg leans in for 2. And that was stripped by Flagg. Cooper Flagg with a depth. Proctor finds an open lane, kicks it out. Knipple from the corner, got it. He nails a 3. He's got 8 points. Playbook advantage just showed everybody nationally as the Duke Blue Devils, number 2 in the country, undefeated in the ACC. And a three-pointer on target by Knipple, the 6'7" freshman. He's played a heady game. Knipple off the fake. Shot clock down to 6. Now 5, and switched in by Gillis.
In a way, a bailout, not
in the paint for the Eagles. That's the difference in the game. Proctor, nice give there, and it'll be dropped in. Gungba getting some points early.
Yeah, and the great hands by Celtics playing now as well, back-to-back at the guard.
Last 2 days. Out of the double. They'll swing for the corner. Great job finding the open man. It happens to be Isaiah Evans to cash in.
Vamos a ver un partido interesante. Uno podría pensar que Duke y es el favorito como el número 3 de la nación actualmente, pero Miami no tiene nada que perder. No tienen absolutamente nada, ya lo hablaba, ha quedado a deber definitivamente y lo han neutralizado muy bien esa Matthew Cleveland.
Sí, la racha de Matthew Cleveland claramente esta noche llegará a su fin. En las que ha promediado.
In gaps, they're showing bodies. So Notre Dame seeing bodies instead of open court.
A good look in the corner for Flagg, and the 4th made 3 of the game.
James, outstanding passer. Duke's been passing the ball exceptionally well. They're averaging 21 assists the last 3 games. And that one will be knocked down by James on cue.
Giving one away on that possession.
James slanting inside and knocked away. Big time block there by Corey. And hit.
Is the first ever point guard to be drafted #1 in the NBA as Knipple gets a look. Knocks down his second.
Looking for some movement. Proctor thought about it. The drive and kick. Knipple. Yes, another triple.
And the rebound for Duke, racing the other way. What a move by Proctor. Finds the open man. Knipple, bang from the corner.
Anytime we talk about how good Duke is defense, one of those situations, Yigatulu, I'd love to see him catch that ball with 2 hands. Better control.
And at the other end, a beautiful pass by Proctor leads to the lay-in. First bucket by Foot. And here's Flag for 3. Wow, what a game he's having, and he felt like he was fouled.
Tech at 40%. They've hit one more field goal. There's a long miss by the Blue Devils. Proctor now off the reset. Flag with the 2 fouls for 3 and 1. And Caleb Foster gathers the rebound.
Well, now, that's the kind of a shot that Virginia Tech wants.
Gillis will try and hit. 9th 3 of the year from Mason.
Malawatch. Yep. And the pressure Duke has been able to put on the ball. If the guards can't see to throw it inside, it's hard for Poteet.
Quick spin and score for Flag. Rattled out for him. Here's Flag. Knipple will try one for you, Dan. You're going to jump right in it with those two, aren't you? 4.5 to go. Here's Proctor with 10 on the shot clock, and James the catch. Double figures now for Sion James.
2 on the floor for Georgia Tech right now. Terry loses control to Proctor. Here is Flag on the run. And the stop.
Yeah, he's
You know it's recorded.
I know.
Go back and hear it.
It's out there.
Just between you, me, and the millions of people watching.
Yeah,
Knipple with a 3, his 3rd.
That's what
come and double team him that time. They've been able to knock it away from him a couple times earlier.
Here's Gillis.
It's a 3.
Here's the zone again. They match up very quickly, though.
Flag, nifty, has 19.
Should have hope about it.
Proctor with 3. Kick out James. Rims in a 3 to beat the buzzer. And now Duke has a chance to take their first lead since early in this game. It's James. 2 shots coming for the Tulane transfer.
Malawatch the screen. Proctor up top, and Malawatch the finish. And it winds up being
Caleb Foster into Kaman Malawatch, part of this fabulous freshman class for Duke. And Foster will get the first look. And he'll bury a 3. That is a great.
Well, he was 0 for 8 in that game against Kansas and still controlled the game for Duke.
Malawatch inside for Proctor with a 2.
It's important to remember, too.
Malawatch on the floor with James, Proctor, Flag, and then more first half minutes for Evans. James is getting plenty of space. That's a long 2. Time to go. He's got 8. Duke led by 12 in the half there, plus 12 in the second. Knipple. He's a shooter.
Jayhawk. That is a big basket for that freshman. They double Flag, which leaves Gillis open in the corner. Finally, a 3 falls. They are doubling Flag even when it ejected on a flagrant true when his right foot made contact with the head of Malik Brown on the ground. That's an open 3. Sion James sees it.
So he can take a smaller guy down into the post and work him.
He's a fifth-year senior, can score inside and out, and a baseline little teardrop there for Flagg to get Duke back with inside. Can't finish it, and Knippel down with it for Duke.
And that's what it's going to take for Duke is 5 guys on the defensive glass every possession.
Nice kick from Proctor to Flagg, and he'll knock down the 3. And for Knippel, who was Duke's leading scorer in their first 2 games this year against Maine and Army. Wow, and a corner 3 for Malowa.
Eastern on ESPN. That was very well done, by the way. It is not easy to say Shriners Children's Charleston Classic.
I took my time. The lay-in by Brown. Hard
for 4 years at Tulane. He gets it from Flagg. Proctor slashing inside for Malik Brown, who finishes strong.
Such a tough group. I'm telling you, I love
Gillis. And Gillis still yet to score. Tipped by Gugba again. Here's Evans. Another good look. Destined to go down eventually for Duke.
Era Lamont Butler, el hombre que encestó de 3 puntos para recortar a 6. Proctor. El balón arriba para Balúa. Que el alley-oop imponente. Para Watch.
Qué bien resistió el embate, la embestida por parte de Williams. No fue ligerito.
El triple de Cooper Flagg.
Malawach misses the 3. There's Knippel ripping the rebound away from Blake Barker. Foster from the corner. He finds the range.
He is a deflection master.
In practice, more than twice as many deflections as any of his teammates. Cooper Flagg on the receiving end. Well, for Kevin Kuick.
Army's had their looks from 3. It's just not what they do well.
Well, Cooper Flagg is showing you. Knippel step back 3. His third 3. He's got 9 points. Keelan Steele of the Black Bears. Knippel, from the moment he showed up in June on campus, has shown nice job staying with the shooter Mantis. Foster puts it on the deck, draws the contact, and puts it through.
Beyond the 3 to try to chase down the Blue Devils.
Proctor knocked away and stolen by Cadeau. He's got Powell, and he'll lay it in. They out-rebounded the Who's 44-26 in that win. Proctor loses it, and Dongo bounces for Terry. He'll slam it.
A great job.
Carolina with the switch. Van Allen Lubin now on Proctor.
And R.J. Davis on Flagg. It's stolen away. The 6-game winning streak has been one of the best offensive teams in the nation. Proctor got it taken away by Cadeau.
Well, Carolina so much more physical in this game than they were earlier.
Okay, he said it a couple of weeks ago. He teased everybody by saying, I think I'd like to come back for another year.
Yeah, but let me tell you what, that would not be a very good business decision to come back.
And now tonight
here, Bethea misses a deep one, and here comes Proctor. Second best offense in the country for Duke, and a rare turnover here. Bethea anticipated. Back from
Proctor on the drive and gave it up, denied. Stout defense by Virginia on Newport, Maine.
He doubled down on it when he went to USA basketball trials in July and was one of the better players out there.
Knippel's going to be whistled for a travel. Going to turn it up.
But Tyrese a miss on the 3. Proctor the rebound. And then stolen Blacksher.
Oh, that's confident
3
right there.
Nope.
Watch the 12 from the field. The problem is they have 5 turnovers. Started the game out with 2 straight back-to-back turnovers.
Proctor tied up, and the possession arrow will go to the other end. 9:50.
Over 81% in ACC play, so they've gotten better as the season's gone along.
Clemson forcing the turnover. Shefflin with a dribble down, gave up the dribble. Tiptoeing in, off for Reeves. Flag wrestled it free. And that's a turnover on the carry.
There's no call right there. Refs have done it.
A Cooper Flag, sin voltear a ver a Knipple en la esquina, que hace una peripecia para atrapar la bola. Proctor, el balón le pega en la rodilla, así es para los Tar Heels.
Buena posesión defensiva.
Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that NCAA tournament. Just tuning in, trying to figure out is Vanderbilt the
20 from the field. Right. They won that long.
They changed that. Oh, a strip. Johnson picks him clean. The handoff for Spillers, and he can't. Proctor denied. Tapped away by McFarland. It comes free, and it rolls out off of Duke. Last 6 shots. Poked away to midcourt. A scramble for that. And now good job stepping in by Austin. Austin to the baseline, got airborne to draw the foul. What? Malawach racing to the rim, but off his fingertips as they went for the alley-oop.
Great rotation by Zach Austin to be able to get over there and disrupt.
Proctor up to set a screen. Back out for Proctor, and he's going to turn it over.
I'm not sure about that one.
We're under 9 minutes to play here in Dallas. A little fancy there by Proctor, looking for the alley-oop. And SMU coming the other way.
A couple of very close games a year ago. Georgia Tech on a court where it took down 3 Sweet 16 teams. Dago with a steal to start the game. And this is just about how it looked in the final.
The same thing. It wasn't fun.
Drive by Proctor. Malawach and a foul. May have been before he went up. How many?
10 to shoot for Proctor. Picked off by O'Connor. 3-on-2.
And move as easily and as quickly as Kaman does.
He has a standing reach of 9 foot 8 inches.
7 turnovers.
Both of you clean it up. I like that one. It's the cop that pulls you over and gives you a warning.
And that's a travel forced by Chucky Hepburn. So the extra possession for
defender for a moment. Kelly recovers. It's loose. And it belongs to the Tigers.
This is up in speed. Arizona by 14 on the road and lost in the dying seconds to Kentucky and Kansas on neutral floors. Proctor's pass intercepted. A takeaway for the lead guard, Malik Arrington.
Numbers and a bad pass, and that's going to be a foul there as the lace got taken right out from underneath DeJuan Harris. Really good patience that time by Knipple. Proctor lost it. They were down to 6 on the shot clock. He tried to penetrate and turn in the paint. Proctor penetrates, pushed off, and they do get it. The offensive foul. Proctor used that arm. That time he is left alone. The 3 too strong. Proctor had it. It's loose, and they got a 3-on-1. Up and in. Pretty play.
James. We got an offensive foul going against. Brown off to Proctor. Proctor gets a piece of the paint. Love comes over to help. It's tied up, and the possession arrow gives it to.
Right, every team sort of has their death squad. The Warriors in their heyday really had that one group that they relied on to pick the tempo of the game up and really just change the music. You could come back with Malawach and
more from Montgomery, New Jersey. Tough shot in the lane. Brown with a good closeout. Proctor the rebound, but lost his footing. The ball goes back to Curry. Bad pass taken away by Gillis. Up above the rim for the rebound.
And he's been a monster on the glass in their first 2 exhibition games. 23 rebounds in both of those, 9 of them offensive.
Here in
the first 2 minutes of this game.
He's not going to play 10 minutes tonight.
Adley trying to back down, taken away by Proctor.
Great play defensively by Proctor. That's a
championship game. Maybe not even in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
You know, I honestly, when you consider playing them in the first round, now you only have 48 hours to be able to turn around. I believe
to know.
Well, there were a lot of divots, and the ball didn't go very far. Let's just say that.
Davis lost the dribble, picked off, and Duke collects it. 61
half. Damon Stoudemire concerned as to where he's going to get scoring against this Duke Blue Devil team.
And a pick by Proctor. And we'll slam it down. And Duke
ground. It's hard. You have to go ahead and turn around and create your own rhythm offensively. Look, Syracuse had to do that with their zone.
Proctor pops it out of the air, gets it back from Knipple, and leans in to draw.
I never found a coach that was willing to just let me chuck it. Where were you when I needed you, Coach?
Oh, that would have been a great combination.
He never would have let me do it either.
Proctor, great bounce pass from Flag.
Oh, God.
As a scorer and a player since John Shire, the coach for Duke, made the switch and put Zion James at the point and move Proctor off the ball.
And a steal. Knipple. Proctor trailing. Knipple uses that body. Can't get it to go.
You had Cooper Flag together, Derek Queen of Maryland, and McNeely in Connecticut. All three are right now charted for the top 10 in the NBA draft.
No field goals last 3.5. There's the turnover by the Bears.
It's all defense, Drew.
It's been an electrifying evening, and we're just getting started as this giant crowd packed to the gills. Welcome back, Dick Vitale. Quick turnover here for the Clemson Tigers.
Well, their son can shoot the ball. If he gets open looks, his son can shoot the three.
Yeah, he's 46% and knocked away and scooped up by Proctor. That's going to be 5 early turn.
Big time momentum builder.
Hunter tiptoeing in, off for Reeves. Flag wrestled it free. And that's a turnover on the carry.
And just like that, the momentum has turned in favor of the Blue Devils. Another steal. Proctor out in front. Proctor lays it up.
Blue Devils back in the zone defensively. Had success with it on a number of possessions earlier in the second half. John Shire going back to it, resulting in a turnover once again.
Works again. It worked against Wake Forest. He played against them last year in the victory on this floor. And he stormed the court. Shot clock down to 5. Knocked away. Proctor up against Salas one-on-one. Went for the bank and came. 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Harris gave it up. He lost it, and that's the game. Duke will win this one against Wake Forest.
Forward, when he was going for the loose ball, ran into one of the Eagles.
Again, looking for that cut to the basket, but this one knocked away by Duke. Evans will lost.
Son and a shooter, a guy who can knock down threes aplenty. This is Burton. Proctor with a good defense. Out of bounds, back to Duke.
Freshman from Orlando is Tyler Johnson. And that ball got knocked away. Shute had it, lost it. Knipple with the turnover. Turnover number 2 on the Hokies, and the lob.
Duke, projected #1 pick. Javian McCollum, 2 on the floor for Georgia Tech right now. Terry loses control to Proctor. Here is Flag on the run. And the stop.
Some foul trouble for Auburn. 3 guys with 2 fouls here in the first half. A turnover. The first of the game by the Tigers, and the flush.
Seattle team that's won 20 games in each of Chris Victor's first 3 years. They were the champions of the CBI College Basketball Invitational last year. A turnover here. Christopoulos loses it to Proctor. Another
monster, setting those screens. Watch these timeouts now. Something sneaky's coming. Good hands.
Here he is again. Brown making a difference. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Player of the week the first week. Mayo got Malowacz off his feet and didn't take advantage of it, but Dunga thought about a dunk before he had the ball in his hands.
To retake the lead. Del Orso has it taken away by Proctor. And he'll go in for the slam.
su compañero Proctor. El rebote es larguísimo, va con Knippel y cuidado que viene un choque muy fuerte, pero no hay nada de cuidado. El balón lo recoge ahora el propio Knippel después de la pérdida de balón. Viene Cooper Flag.
Was in this game. Malowicz trying to keep that alive, but batted it right to Rhodey. And quickly on the other end, going for the slam, Saunders, but could not do it.
That's the way you attack the band. Missed it. Rare misses for Evans from out there.
Good job by Cross chasing him off that three-point line.
Malowicz layup. Foster in the paint, lost the ball to steal. The senior Paris Dawson, a transfer from Portland State, had Brown and Proctor sandwiching him.
Knippel no. Isaiah Caldwell, the senior from Columbia, South Carolina, gets it blocked by Proctor. Good hustle to keep with the play and lay it back in.
The rock. I feel it, baby. I feel it. I feel the excitement here, really. Anytime you play for trophy, it's special.
Boy, Edwards with another quick answer, Fern, and we're tied at 28 here in the championship game.
Edwards got a little knife and dandy, a little baby. Yeah.
Fern. Malowicz high up for the rebound. Shot clock inside 10. Fribble with a little fall away. No. Rebound was tapped.
Batman and Robin are getting the job done for the Blue Devils.
On the drive, off the window, pre-shot by R.J. Davis. 10 to get off a shot now for Carolina. Cadeau on the drive, right by everybody.
Elliot Cadeau has been another addition of this year's Blue Devils team. No Jay Lucas, associate head coach, with them at the ACC tournament as Nate George is able to get into the paint and score.
They beat Carolina in '93, Virginia in the 1990 season. Nate George with a miss, and Cooper Flag with a board. He wants to in. Terry averages 15 a game, working on Proctor, who goes down on the seat of his pants, but a bad misfire.
Regular season title, ACC tournament title, and national championship, and Duke is certainly good enough to compete for all of those. That's over the top of the backboard and over to
so many weapons, so many different guys that can knock down a three, and about as efficient an offense as you're going to see.
Davis with a foot on the line and misses the long jumper. The rebound to Evans. Howell at the 4. Trimble. Whoa, Flag got all of that, and James runs it down.
Isaiah Evans looking for a foul on that possession. Thought he was caught defender with a hand in the cookie jar as Hunter Salas does catch Tyrese Proctor in the air, getting multiple opportunities at second chance shots.
Salas wants to get one off and draws a foul on the shot.
Is going to throw it back up. Would have been another highlight in camera, but a missed opportunity for the Blue Devils.
Thought we were looking at a Koopa loop off the window. Hildreth can't finish it.
Trademark OB. Understanding his timing, always in the right place at the right time to help his team get wins.
Johnson with Proctor right on his hip. That's a tough shot. He makes it.
Really is. Johnson
we get to 81 points tonight.
Well, we talked about it. They've scored 100 points in 3 of their last 5 games, OB. Only scored 2 points in the first 5 minutes.
You are exactly right. The problem is I never found a coach that was willing to just let me chuck it. Where were you when I needed you, Coach?
Oh, that would have been a great combination.
He never would have won it.
Well, been so much more efficient as a scorer and a player since John Shire, the coach for Duke, made the switch and put Zion James at the point and moved Proctor off the ball.
And a steal.
Ola Joseph, 10 to shoot. Duke digs down defensively. Now Wilkinson against Proctor.
Ooh,
what a screen. Wilkinson foul line. Couldn't hit it. Dort the rebound.
He wants the ball. Reeves wants the ball. Throw it up, go up.
Shepard's going to have to clear out to give him space to be able to operate.
And a whistle. That will go.
Devils 2 for 5 start. Syracuse 1 for 4 with a turnover against third best defense in the country statistically. Starling at right-handed shot from the...
I don't think Jair Davis could be any more physical with Cooper Flag than he's been.
Starling airball from point-blank range. This last couple of years won 12 games. And Pat Kelsey and a whole new roster rejuvenated them. They'll be in the tournament. Probably has a pretty good seed.
You got to think that Pat Kelsey has to be.
Tiene 16 en total en una tarde casual, muy casual para Cooper Flag. Ataca Arch.
Just watch the defense move. You know, create a chase. That's probably not the one, but it goes in.
And a hit as well. He'll go to the line looking for a three-point play. Salas with a pull-up from three. They just can't hit those three-point shots.
He loses the dribble. And Junior, top scorer, had a 29-point game against Farley Dickinson earlier this season, so he can be very explosive. Yeah. Davis looking to make a move off the glass, but no. Proctor with the rebound, and he'll take a tough.
Number 11 for the Irish, the coach's son and a shooter, a guy who can knock down threes aplenty. This is Burton. Proctor with a good defense. Out of bounds. No matter who Burton looks at, whoever's covering him is at least 6'5". Tough shot, and it'll go to make it a 10-point game. 19 and 10.
Yeah, his best game of the year.
Burton, 2 more. 84-70.
Of course, number 1, and they've been playing like it. On the drive, Leggett. Rebound comes out high.
The zone is having a guy right there in the middle. Duke had Flag hovering right there in the middle for that mid-range shot.
Edwards to the bucket, and that's goaltending. It went in anyway. So B.J. Edwards. Rare misses for Evans from out there.
Good job by Cross chasing him off that three-point line.
Talks. Loves talking a lot. Upbeat. Tough shot there, and Duke the rebound. Another assist for Flag, his 6th. 3 ball for Brown, good. Rodney Brown with 8 now.
Blocks games. Just like his father.
I didn't see a finger wag at the end.
No, he's not his father. They get an easy basket. I like Coach Fryer leaves Cooper Flag in the game with the 2 fouls in the first half, 3 fouls in the second.
Bailey, an air ball, Flag clears. A little bit of a respite. A lot of travel and 3 road games before the start of the new year. Mid-range, no, and that was Bailey.
Really good to watch, right? You want to watch the whole game. That Duke-Auburn game, I didn't miss a single commercial.
Hepburn rims out of 3.
Some foul trouble for Auburn. 3 guys with 2 fouls here in the first half. A turnover. So he is helping Duke in a number of ways.
Well, Duke has gang rebounded on the defensive end. All 5 guys have gotten to the glass.
Jones with a long 2. Proctor may have gotten to.
Well, that turnover on out of bounds underneath was a big play.
Baker Mazzara, no. Broom with the rebound.
That taking it away.
The drive, the kick. Mayo's got to put it up.
Yep.
Oh, he got the friendly Las Vegas roll.
In Division I men's basketball, and only been playing basketball for about 5 years. The Army drought continues. About 4.5 mid-quarter, about the first thing he has missed tonight. 13 points to lead all scores, half of Duke's points. Clayton with consecutive baskets. It will be better than the 35% he shot a year ago.
I do, as long as they're those types of shots.
Follow-up.
22% at the three-point line. Gilbreth on the drive. Salas trying the window, but no. Rebound knocked right out of the hands.
Asset to this team.
Johnson. Tough catch for Schwartz. He'll fade back and miss a 3. That's tipped out by Lynn Kidd.
That can play ball beyond his years from a maturity perspective, Gus.
Great pace to start this game. Humrickhouse, Proctor, only 7 points on Monday in their win against Virginia, but he's really been scoring the basketball well. Not the same situation for Illinois.
When you have a formula, you're top 5 in the country, offensive and defensively efficiency, you got a formula for success, and that's what Duke has.
And clock down to 5. Reynaud near midcourt. Does he see it? He gives it up. Long one coming. Blakes can't bank it in.
he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. If he gets open looks, he suddenly can shoot the three.
Yeah, he's 46% and knocked away and scoop. Well, you're home, man. You're home again. This is where you belong, right here. On the drive, off the window, and a very strong move there by Del.
Shots. Carlos. Cup. Just off the bench. Gets it up to the rim. And the putback there by Davis.
Cooper Flag and making reads. It's complete. It's all facets of the game.
Juan Carlos faded over Proctor. Syracuse running the fadeaway offense here in a second.
Nipple apuesta por el robo, pero ya no llega. 3, 2, 1. Cabó no pudo liquidar a la segunda. Ian Jackson. Cabó cayéndose en el piso. Recupera.
Jumps into the paint. He can't connect. The second youngest player in the conference behind Cooper Flag.
Those two guys were teammates a couple seasons ago at Mount Vernon.
Jumper off target. Taylor couldn't hit that time.
Pass at the feet of Davis. 3 on the shot clock. Trying to back down Proctor. Got around him, but can't hit it. Burton slips. Somehow gets it to Shrewsbury. Alaco's got to get a shot off and hits it. A big 3 from out. Down to 6. Davis driving on Proctor. Shot altered at the rim, out of bounds. Notre Dame ball. Really good.
Jalen Lowe trying to get going. 17 points a game. The backcourt has been sensational. He's going to be. Jalen Lowe averaging 17 points. Can he begin to shoot it? Look at Duke's defense is just outstanding on the perimeter. Into the swing of things, that's good news for the Pitt Panthers. They've been missing for 7 games with a couple of injuries. He's going to be a big factor for them.
Here's Oquendo, got to put it up, and he does. He lays it in.
A nice move by Oquendo.
26, he's 2 away from that now.
Well, I think what we've seen is the level of efficiency that he's played with. Ighodalo with the putback could up fouls early.
Told us he wanted to be physical but not foul.
And you notice on
that foot injury early and then the stress fracture in the ankle at the end of the year. And he started every game this season. Maldonado shot grabbed by Flag.
3 ball. And too strong into the rebound for Cooper. Obvious right now defensively for Kansas. Mayo, that one may have been affected by Malawach.
I think it was. And who
game, and you know, to harp on it, but I mean, the idea is only 17 years old. It's kind of shocking.
And even though he's only 17 years old, great scoop by Bradley. Dona's got it. Lewis can't hit it, and flagged down with another rebound for Duke.
Knipple all over the ball right now. Sybils gets it out to Bailey. Another open look for 3. It's just not going. Wofford is 1 for 15. He may not be their leading scorer in the season the way Con Knipple started the year. Certainly Duke's going to have a lot of different leading scorers in a lot of different games.
The Cameron Crazies after inbounding right in front of him. The sophomore from Montgomery, New Jersey. Tough shot in the lane. Brown with a good closeout. Proctor the rebound, but lost his point guard, gets it back. Barker. Oh, that's a tough shot.
Very tough.
Caleb Foster back into the game. Playing defense out front for Duke. Proctor tries to cut off Clayton, who pulls up but misses. Board grabbed by Evans.
Hepburn, they love the big stage. They love this.
Hepburn again. A little bit short this time, and that goes up and over the top.
These two teams, December the 8th. Look at how he's grown as a player, not only from a production standpoint, but the ability to stay on the floor. The answer from Terry.
Ferocious comeback for the Heels. Powell lines up a long one. He can't hit it.
Malawat's got a real. It's Notre Dame. He just wouldn't let them lose that game. Cross court, Salas. Johnson wants it and connects from three-point land.
Tyler Johnson, if here.
Kidd has a height advantage on Proctor. Will pass out of it. Staten McCray way short. And an air ball turns it back.
You might see more of it. I think they're so stifling defensively, they have to create their own rhythm on offense.
Bethea flag is missed.
Struggling with all the injuries and the flu. They need him. Baseline jumper. No good, but a foul coming up. This will go against Tyrese Proctor.
Kick for Stojakovic's three. Missed everything. Ola Joseph the rebound. And it's Blacksher with the horn going off on the shot clock. And a fresh 20.
After he told him to.
Not good. If we had a backup, he was coming in.
Ola Joseph short with the three. Flagged the rebound. Brown was called.
Executed correctly this time to get it done on the second offensive possession of the half.
High percentage shot.
Blacksher. Front rim miss of the three. James
on the front of the jersey, and it means even more when you got Dickie V on his return back in the building, and we're seeing the Tigers' best effort because of that.
Dylan Hunter with a miss, but a foul.
RJ Davis. Powell. En la esquina falla. Lubin el rebote. Ese no.
On the drive, he jumps to the corner. Shot clock down to one. A heat by O'Connell. Fires that one out. Had a long sit in the first half. In foul trouble. For Salas. Up it goes. Got it. A three.
Hunter Salas.
You have to look at OB. BC's only scored 7 points in the second half. They've had success when they've been able to get the basketball to Benning as DJ Hand is able to knock.
En el 2022, ya hace 3 años, que fue un marcador de 76-74, una diferencia mínima de 2 unidades.
Yes, it was. Awfully impressive. They held Pitt scoreless over the last 7:59, and they've held the Irish scoreless for more than 4 minutes.
Panthers team who beat the Blue Devils on this floor last year pose a significant threat.
Guillermo Diaz-Graham will swish that one in from long range.
And he found.
Pitt needs a counter. They need a hot hand right now. And it might start right there on the jumper by Dunn. We talked about how
middle of the painted area finding Proctor for the three ball.
Low with a bounce here for Dunn, and Dunn can't hit it. Flag with the rebound.
Was he Big Ten Sixth Man of the Year. Loopy a head fake, lost a handle, dumps it off in the corner, and batted away by Flag. And we are under 3.5 to go. Here's Cross, short, and batted back out of there.
Conversation, but tonight, too much difficulty scoring the basketball against one of the top defenses in the country, and Duke will win there.
Open three, that's Heyman, in and out. Pike grabbed the rebound, lost it for a minute. Back outside to Heyman. 0 for 2 on that stretch of the
hold his ground, and then he gets the putback dunk and kind of silences the crowd a little bit.
Scott, Smith, 3, no, and Flag the rebound.
Houston, arguably the best resume, the best wins of anybody in the country. Cardwell the rebound, and Chad Baker Mazzara.
Sure, but it's mostly giving players, the freedom to make plays. And in that, your 2 best players are going to have the ball a lot. And so that's how Kahn and Cooper.
10-point lead for the Blue Devils. Krivas double team. Bryant from the corner. Yes! Carter Bryant with a big.
Personnel-wise, is it too early to say personnel-wise this is going to be the most talented group in the country this year? Maybe it's early, but offensive rebounds for Duke. Slapped off the glass to Tripp. Bailey again. He's 0 for 9 from 3. He's 0 for 10. My gosh.
His older brother Joshua started Army just a couple of years ago. 2-time Patriot League Defensive Player of the Year. What a start to his head coaching career. Maine's got to put it up. Kellen Tynes able to get rid of it. Clayton just caught the front iron. Fight for the basketball.
Edwards, he wants to shoot it. Backing into Proctor. Can he get it up? He did in time, and he hit it right at the horn.
He could score.
Cameron, 22 points and 5 assists. Jackson will put it up and hits. It's a 3 for Jackson.
Had a couple turnovers early. Carolina only had 3 turnovers in the first half, all of them in the first 3 minutes.
Davis. Wow. Again. What a night he has had. Nowhere to go for Cadeau. Back out to Jackson. The crossover on Proctor. The step back. And the rebound to Knippel.
Duke's defense has been set with these switches.
No R.J. Davis. Been on the bench about the last 2.5 minutes. Powell a step back 3.
There's too many tough.
And why they are 26-3, 17-1 in the ACC. Salas again. Boy, what a difficult shot. He's made a couple.
It really is, and he's been
and stop dribble penetration.
And the one thing about the Duke team, this Duke team, they will share the sugar. One of the top teams in assists in the country. Meanwhile,
get off a shot. Ames, who's been pretty quiet, toe-to-toe and right around Proctor, but can't finish it. Rebound tapped high.
Anything like that, but Sion James has been the perfect complement to this Blue Devil squad, and most importantly, it's allowed Tyrese Proctor to get off the ball and become more of a shooter. You'll have those games under your belt.
For clarity on the Deacons, their 2 quad 1 opportunities are at SMU on Saturday and here in Durham. For SMU,
You just wait for him to break out. He normally relishes these kind of moments.
Jones around the back, gets a shot away. Evans went for the rebound, taken away by Chase Hunt.
In the tournament, we'll see. It's going to be double digits either way. Syracuse still has no points from anybody but Starling, who is dispossessed on the way up, and the Orange will have it.
Wiggs made only 1 field goal in the last 6 minutes. There's another one on the dunk by Hunter Salas. 16.4.
Y más irreales. Cuando le cuenta personal, solo suma 5 puntos como tales. Y eso creo que engrandece todavía más la historia. Va por 3, pero esta no es la noche.
Shot clock again down to 3. On the drive and the spin, Cummings, and a whistle.
But we talk.
Leggett, shot clock at 8. Steps back beyond the 3 and can't hit it. Just disappeared. Leggett had an excellent season, 18 points a game. It's just been rough sledding for him here tonight.
Under 10 to shoot. O'Connor trying to wiggle free. Fadeaway jumper won't go, and Malowacz the ring is 2 rebounds away from his 5th.
Not necessarily more comfortable, but simply understand at a deeper level. This has got a chance to be not necessarily his team, but at times it could be.
Be as explosive as everybody else to get where he wants to go. I actually said something else. I don't know if it'd be offensive enough.
basketball. Noah Waterman back on the floor for Louisville to start the half with 3 fouls. Smith off the mark. Cooper Flag.
This year, 2nd in the nation adjusted defensive efficiency, only to Tennessee. Arrington, a foul there with 6 to shoot, will send.
And it's down to Lewis, just 24 seconds to go. This high-powered Arizona team with 55 points.
No le salió bien la medición. Ahora Williams hacia afuera. Kerr, Otegua, Andrew Carr, Jackson Robinson.
Here he is again trying to work on Proctor. Off the front rim, long rebound.
They would have to play it all in a championship game, maybe not even in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
You know, I honestly, when you consider playing them in the first round, now you're
here to be squarely on the bubble, maybe on the wrong side of it, heading into this game tonight. Into Lubin, got his man in the air, hits, and is fouled.
North Carolina
point lead for Duke.
He's got 7 off the bench to the bucket. Easy flush for Gibbs Lawhorn, who's coming off.
But when you think about Virginia in their 13 wins, they're only giving up 58 points per game. But in their 12 losses, it's been 73. But this is what Virginia's doing.
Think about this in high school. You had Cooper Flagg together, Derek Queen of Maryland, and McNeely in Connecticut. All three.
Newcastle, Indiana, WD.
Home of Steve Alford.
The largest high school basketball.
Yeah, he'll learn that.
But you remember Embiid at Kansas was pretty much a shot blocker. He did it defensively.
Nice speed and Shiflin with the stuff, but Locken with the dish.
What a nice.
Second on Knipple. He'll stay out there. Starling trying to get around his old teammate Brown. Cuff. Malowacz goes straight up in the air, and Brown snatches it away.
And that's a hard.
65-62 Duke.
Blue Devils back in the zone defensively. Had success with it on a number of possessions earlier in the second half. John Shire going back to it, resulting.
You can see if that's something that affects him moving forward. When he was going for the loose ball, ran into one of the Eagles.
And again, looking for that cut to the back. They got the most votes of any team that did not get into the poll. Shot clock a factor. Down to 2. Nice shovel and the dunk by Corin.
And when you see Duke switching,
Poster eyes, will you?
No, but I created some. I've got some down hanging in there.
Yes, you do. Oh, and one. The bump by Proctor, and that
he's going to be able to catch it and finish it.
Yeah, no kid.
Oh, in your face! You talking about a poster?
Freshman from Orlando is Tyler Johnson. And that ball got knocked away. Shoot had it, lost it. Knipple with the
4-point lead for Duke. Projected #1 pick. Javian McCollum, 2 on the floor for Georgia Tech right now. Terry loses control to Proctor.
Really good move and get in and get a shot and can make it a little bit easier than a 3.
His first basket. Powell will answer.
You know, bringing Sian over here, 4 years at Tulane.
Powell trying to clean up his Ole Miss game.
Knew he had to take it. The shot clock was at 1, and he buried it. Now Johnson. How did that not go down?
Fire. The ACC Player of the Week the first week. Mayo got Malowacz off his feet and didn't take advantage of it, but Dunga thought about a dunk.
Tonight to keep that streak alive.
He spent so much time on the staff of Mark Few at Gonzaga. Great play underneath to get it.
Andrew Carr en la individual. Lamont Butler deja para Mary Williams. ¡Qué buen pase! Y ahora la colada para Lamont Butler con los 2 puntos de Ken. Knippel cerca de zafarlo ahí. Cooper Flagg a interceptarlo. ¡Qué buen pase! Ortega Owen. La ventaja es de Kentucky.
Hepburn, one of the most electrifying point guards in the game. Waterman with a kick himself. Here's Edwards. And sinks it. A 3-pointer.
That was it.
Elliot Cadeau running the point. R.J. Davis will take the first shot, and a bit too strong. He hit
action. He can take advantage of smaller players inside the paint.
McNeely, who's been hot, gets off to a hot start as he sees 0.7 rebounds in their big win against the Hokies on Saturday. On the drive, all the way through Rhodey. Got the angle. 17 points and 14 rebounds. Con Knipple is 17 points. You mentioned Evans with 15. And a big performance here tonight. And a foul by Virginia.
Right guy was hot. Proctor. That's just beautiful basketball. That's a clinic they're putting on.
Sellers a fall away short. Now Proctor already with.
He's been so great all year. 14.5 a game. Leads the team in steals, assists.
Sellers got a good looking shot. Knocks that down. He comes.
The son of Carmelo Anthony, Sadiq White, another special, phenomenal player. Along back with Donnie Freeman, this team is well on their way.
They've got a great look out of the timeout.
Malik Brown during the timeout. Here's Rex Steiner back for his sophomore campaign in Blacksburg. There's a catch and shoot from Jaden Shoot.
And Virginia Tech is a very
10 to shoot. Here's Brown. Jaden Shoot a triple and missed everything. That might have been a little.
The basket, real quickness. Didn't overpower anybody in there, but it was just so quick you couldn't get to it.
22 now for Cooper Flag. There's Jaden Shute missing on a 3.
Johnson picked up by Flag. Maddox off the screen.
But that's a shot that has to go down.
Into Maddox. First points of the half for the leading scorer.
14-point lead for UIW out of the Southland. Three-pointer, no, that was Bailey.
On defense. First drive from Mayo. It falls. What a story he is. 8 fouls in this half already for Duke. Kansas 4. Mayo high. Archer. No.
Getting the ball in. They get it in to Krivas here. Now Love. Off the glass. Too strong. And over the back goes Krivas.
On that shot. That's a big-time 3 by Flag. They needed it.
He's also got Duke's last 9 points. Love short on the 3. Ball still lit.
Duke has been better on the glass, and Duke's defense has been excellent in this basketball game.
Love having a tough night.
Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, wherever it is, as a 5-star guy, the expectation is pretty high.
Another good look off a screen deep in the shot clock. Lorenz misses a 3.
Sí, por supuesto, de Wembanyama, Risaché, Alexandre Sarr. La liga francesa sigue aportando jugadores estelares en los drafts.
10-point game. Hepburn trying to bring the Bill closer. Well short. He's had a very tough shooting night.
Gibbs, Lawhorn, he's a scorer. High Archer, no.
Everybody said Malik's got every ticket for the game.
Right. Which section does Malik have here at the arena tonight? Rhodey, a little bit too strong.
Percent.
It's going to be a lot lower tonight.
Blacksher. And Flag, the rebound on the backside. But the Hoka rejected that. Blacksher the other way. Duke by 23 as we come up on 5 minutes to play, and Javon Blacksher's first points of the game.
Vieron una defensa en zona 2-1-2. Duke no puede entrar a la pintura, no lo necesitan tampoco. Consiguen ese triple sin marca.
Entra y sale ese balón. Recupera North Carolina. La defensa es férrea. Vean nada más hasta dónde suben. Trimble al vestidor. Es una pésima noticia para North Carolina.
Flag with 24, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Harris gave it up. He lost it, and
Benning, shot clock to 7. Here's Brown. Oh, had a good-looking shot
on the floor, but Duke's ball movement is excellent. 43% from 3 on the season. Burton, a tough contested turnaround, won't go, and it's down to Duke. If you're John Shire, you want to get punched in the mouth a little bit. You want your team to have to deal with some adversity. Are there teams in the ACC that can do that against Duke this year? I think they'll get challenged right around the rim. Burton shut off on the baseline by Proctor. Somehow got the shot off. And a battle for the rebound.
Ankle injury, was in the starting lineup early this year and is not playing as well as they had hoped, as he would hope. And so they made the lineup change.
Look where the ball is with under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yep. On the drive, this is Tyler Johnson. Had it blocked. Malawach.
Of 7 players since the injury to Case and Pryor. Late in the shot clock. And Hadley scoops it to the hoop for 2. Dribble. Flag off the mark. Rapid pace to start this game in Louisville. And that touched the line. It's
Coach, no choice the way that he is playing. He's 4 for 6 from 3-point range. Auburn running some 5 out. Another deep.
Division opponents than the top 25 teams Duke has played. In fact, in the 2 losses to Arizona and Kentucky, confidently 1 of 16 from 3.
Harris got it. Proctor got blown up on that screen. We're going to keep it here. Foul on the floor. Nice play. Yeah, he read that.
Yep.
Used the rim to prevent flags from blocking.
Lachkowski gives to the point guard Curry, who gets the Black Knights back on the